everybody, good to see you, or it will be good to see you in the coming days. Just a quick video update as to what we're doing this week. We have 4 choices. Your job is to pick 2 of them. I'll talk more about these in depth when we have class, but if you are, for whatever reason, unable to attend, this is the really short version. Thing 1 that you have, there is a couple websites that I've put up for you as resources, and there's a couple pictures that I've put up for you as resources as well. So thing 1 is make a drawing from a randomized color palette. Now, a color palette is a selection of colors. Artists use this to make their drawings more interesting, or maybe to use colors that they wouldn't necessarily think of. So there's a website up that I've put up on Google Classroom called coolers.co, not .com, .co, and the link is up there. What it does is that it's basically, it's a randomized color palette generator. So they'll have a button for you to click that says generate a color palette. You click it and it'll give you, I think, 5 or 6 different colors that go pretty well together. And if you don't like that one, you just hit it again until you get a color palette that you say, that would be cool to work with. And you can have that open on your iPad. You can take your eyedropper tool on your sketchbook app, copy those 5 or 6 colors into your sketchbook, and then draw from there, whatever it wants to be. So if you've got a bunch of bright colors, you could maybe draw something from a jungle. If you've got a bunch of really dark colors, you could make like a cool album cover. You could do whatever you like with it. Draw something, make it look cool. That's thing number 1. Thing number 2 is origami. Origami is very cool. I've seen some of you guys work on that in the past. Unfortunately, all my origami books are at school, which doesn't do me any good to show you any examples, but if you want to take a square piece of paper, now it can be a big square or a little square, did my sizing wrong there, you can fold it into something that looks very cool. Now, there are a couple different resources that you can use online for that. There are loads of websites that will show you illustrated instructions as to how to fold the paper to make whatever you like. There's also a bunch of tutorials on YouTube, which I find to be particularly helpful because sometimes following the illustrations can be difficult, for me at least. So seeing someone fold something in real time, that would personally help me. So that's a resource for you guys to look into. On that same sort of note, thing number 3 is I have put up a link to a favorites list of videos on YouTube that I've been putting together here and there of different sort of art-related videos, from how people do stop-motion animation, from how people paint murals, to how art supplies are made, to some of the sort of behind-the-scenes sort of art behind some movies that have come out recently, or independent artists who've become famous by just putting their work out there. There's loads of videos on there. Pick a couple of those, write a little about what you learned or what you liked about them. Please try to write like 4 sentences. If you say, I watched a video on how marbles are made, and you write, it was cool, marbles are round, that kind of stinks. If you write, I learned about how marbles are made, I learned that they had to heat up glass really, really hot, they put the glass on rods and they roll it up, they have to cool it, they have to put it in sand. It was very interesting. There's lots of different kinds of marbles. You know, a little in depth, you'll be fine. So there's loads of videos there. Watch some stuff, maybe go from there, do your own research and explore more about maybe some of these art topics, just on your own for fun. So watch a YouTube video, write about it. The 4th thing that you can do is make a food-animal hybrid. So a lot of you guys probably know that sometimes I'm not in school because I am going up and down the East Coast doing art shows or art conventions, being a dork selling my art. And some of the things that people do is that they are independent artists like me who, through whatever medium, they find their successes. And one of the things that I've noticed does well is when people make independently produced plush toys. When they do that, like I'm on my bookshelf, right? So like here is, someone has sculpted this goldfish out of just, fabric that they got at the store, and they sold it, and it was really well made. That was something I got at a show. But another thing that they do is making something that is specifically unique. So there are 3 artists who I've run into who have gone from sort of independent, chill artists hanging out in their house making stuff to having their stuff being factory produced, getting a certain amount of fame because of their unique ideas. Now, all 3 of these toys have something in common, obviously, but they're all interesting takes on the sort of food-animal hybrid. So this person made a crab apple, which is literally just a crab apple. It's super cute. You know, it's been in my classroom for a long time, back when I used to teach elementary, so it's kind of beat up. But this person has gotten pretty famous for making crab apple. Now they've made other crab fruits, which I don't think are nearly as funny, but this is crab apple. It's a cute, silly toy, and for, you know, like $20, you could buy something unique. That is a food plus an animal. That is cool. So there's that one. This one isn't necessarily as noticeable. This is a cookie spider. It's cute, and you know, you can toss it at people, and it's not very threatening spider. Obviously, look, it's very happy. Cookie plus spider, animal plus food. There's also this one. This one is probably the most popular of ones that I've seen. This is Croconana, part banana, part crocodile. This has become relatively famous. There's a lot of merchandise based off this very silly, simple idea of a crocodile plus a banana. It's silly, it's cute, and there's that. So they're all food plus animals. So make a drawing of your idea of a food plus animal. This is always one of the ones that I used to really enjoy doing at other schools. You know, I can't even think of some of the ones that I've seen my students make in the past. You know, you can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you know, elephant. I don't know how that would work. Maybe the bread could be the ears. I don't know. Think of something cool. Combine two things. You can make it like a pun. You could make it extra silly. You can make it like a nightmare. So there's that. So those are your 4 things. Origami, make a drawing from a color palette, food plus animal, and watch some videos on YouTube and write about them. Not a lot going on. Please make sure that whatever it is that you do, to turn it into Google Classroom. I can't grade it if I don't know that you've done it, okay? So we just had our grades due, and a lot of you got stuff done, and I really love seeing that, but make sure you turn it in. I will see you later on this week. Be safe, be healthy. I hope to see you in class because you get credit for it. And I miss you guys. I only have 2 more classes with you, I think. So that's not much. So if you have any questions, send me a message on Google Classroom. I will see you later on this week.